the Roger jungle, kind of front to back with the Farza holding the backside. We get the Assassin on Twisted Minds, not to mention Valentina, Trizla, and then heavy CC with the Minnow. So I feel like both drafts very well-rounded in their own compositions.
I have to agree. So I think that the main driving forces are going to be the junglers, right? Nolan's going to be fast. We're expecting Roger to be just as quick. We're going to see whether or not these two teams have what it takes, because we have similar play styles. They all played around early game, but they had to adapt.
Very, very true. And now as we get into this, what do we think? Early, late? Looking at both teams with, Roger, Nolan, both early game assassins. I'm trying to think of late game. What do we think scales better? The Natan or the Claude?
Oh, I think Natan definitely is going to get to that dangerous point in that game. I think magic items in general allow you to outscale a majority of the in-game items and combinations we've seen so far. But that same build can be applied to Udil, right? That Holy Crystal is so powerful.
And with that too, there is a lot of magic damage on the side of Twisted Minds, just taking a look at it. HomeBois are a little bit more well-balanced, I think, in terms of things, but a little bit of action. Zorn gonna get chipped down to about half health. Chibi looking for the poke damage on a troll there. Nobody's gonna go down. Lethal Wander does go over to the side of Twisted Minds.
Well, they might be able to get a little bit more here, but Udil is getting chunked out pretty hard by Cuffin.
Yeah, Zorn gonna get knocked up. Chibi looking for the first blood, able to find it onto Cuffin there. And a mid laner too, a good takeaway from Twisted Minds.
A really clean dive there, right? They got the Purify out of him. Udil communicated it. GB now stealing a camp on top of it all. He shouldn't die here, but just the micro mechanics, right? Absorbing the turret shots from Zorn first before GB got in there.
Chibi's just all over the place right now. He's already cleared his whole camps. He's got one camp to go. He takes one from Twisted Minds. He's got a kill. He's going to start scaling, and this is something that Twisted Minds are going to need to look out for. And look for the pick on Udil. Cuffin able to get a kill into his pocket after taking a death. Going to be able to make things up with Zorn. Looking for the knock-up on a Cuffin there. Troll going to get a knock-up back, but there's Hoda waiting for Zorn in the bush. They're going to back off, but still Twisted Minds showing they're not messing around.
I love the reply coming in for Twisted Minds, right? They purposely wait to punish Udil. They know he doesn't have a battle spell, and now they also know that Zorn doesn't have his flicker. So we can expect that HomeBois are going to take a step back here from this point onwards until we see level 4.
It's Turtle now. Troll about to hit level 4. Should be able to get it just in time. But where is Hoda? Hoda's just getting to this. Looks like we're going to have a big 4v4. Down comes the Feathered Airstrike. Sanji able to get the knock-up. Chibi able to find the turtle. And now Sanji might just pay the price. But he's able to just get away, get some sustained flicker back. So a good save for themselves from Twisted Mind, but HomeBois still walk away with a kill now and the turtle.
Oh, Zorn coming in late to that fight, but honestly, I thought a lot more kills were going to happen. And with Zorn being as cocky as he is, he's going to find some information like Purple Buff is already done. Relay it back to Chibi, because I'm surprised that many people survived the fight.
One of the bonuses of Zorn, because he's always just so aggressive, is he's never late to the party. He can always find it, right? When you're always in the front line, when you're always ready for something, you can always find the play. And sometimes it bites him, sometimes it gets back, but when it's working out great for Zorn.
He is an early game monster, right? That's what HomeBois were known to do for a very long time. He has adjusted his plan, right? Because I think even when we look on Zorn on the map currently, yes, he's setting up for a dive on that top side, and I think that, ooh, hold on.
Sanji's been great at getting away, but he's not going to be able to get away with this one, but at least Zorn does go down, so it's a 1-for-1 EXP for Rome. Good trade for HomeBois, but at least Twisted Mind doesn't walk away with nothing.
Yep, Sanji did a really good job here, but the response...
Ooh, a little bit of damage on the Nets. Nets brought down to about half health. Will be able to get away using the Blazing Duet and the Purify, but he's probably going to lose this tower here. Twisted Minds find something in the chaos.
I love how Sano drops down the entropy in front of that bush. He's like, come on, if Nets, you walk up, you know what's going to happen. You better back away, kid.
Most definitely, and now things down to about a standstill. HomeBois holding what? About 1,000 gold lead. Nothing too major. Twisted Mind still putting up a big fight. Hoda, 0 deaths. He's been able to farm. I don't think he's falling behind Chibi too far exactly. Just 1 level right now. So things are still in the realm of possibilities for both teams.
Yeah, well, speaking of which, actually, as much as I would like to say he's not falling too far behind, the lead from Chibi so far is looking really good. Oh, wait.
Nice way the Dragon on Troll. Down comes Feathered Airstrike. Trolls the lead. It's Sanji looking for the penalty zone to try to delay. Buy Hoda some time to get into this fight. But do they even want to take it now? Troll gone with their roamer gone. No. Hoda going to back off and just go for the orange buff.
Well, they got to protect it, right? I'm loving the rotations coming in from the HomeBois. It looks like all of this has been pre-planned, you know, pre-prepared. This looks like it's been practiced multiple times. The rotations that I am seeing from their side laners, both Subbat and as well as Nets, they're making sure they're not only covering the river, but they're also double-checking their camps just in case. If Twisted Minds ain't coming to our neutrals, they're probably going to look for our resources.
It's good, though, that Twisted Minds isn't exactly buying into it. They decide, no, we're not going to force this turtle. We ruse our roamer. They let Sano kind of play the bot lane, push the lane a little bit. They're not playing too reactionary, which can be good against a team like HomeBois, because HomeBois wants you to take the fight. They know they have a lead. They know they have a power spike, and they feel confident in it. Twisted Minds can't play into that, or they could fall short.
Funny enough, I was having the same conversation with Yasu earlier. I mean, we were both worried for each of our respective teams, but honestly, they play very similarly. If we compare them side by side during the regular season, very similar styles. I know for a fact that Twisted Minds wanted to play that early game, but this is a good adjustment. Both sides are just responding to each other's attacks, cross-map play. It's a global game at this point.
Yeah, and Hoda's got to find something here. He needs to try to close this level gap. He needs to get a kill. He needs to get some extra camps, but and you can see him searching. He just went up to the top lane to clear lane, get some more gold, because as long as he's a level or so behind, it makes those neutral objectives so much harder.
I mean, let's not forget just the raw CC coming out from the HomeBois alone, right? Hoda really has to time his entrances perfectly.
And HomeBois looking to get him down to an even bigger deficit. Hoda forced it back. Oodle drops better there. Airstrike Troll trying to get the engage with the Fury Flicker 3-man knockup. Cuffin able to find Sepot. HomeBois lose one. They're unable to get the purple buff either, so it is a loss for HomeBois. Twisted Minds finally finding something.
All right, let's look at the replay one more time. On this invade, Subbot tries to flicker away, but a great response coming in from Troll. Sees the angle to catch 3 people and take out basically a fish out of water, right? Subbot had no escape mechanics. He already used the onward, no flicker as well. I mean, what can you really do?
I mean, Twisted Minds just find a great moment there, and it just shows that they're still very much in this game. And whenever there's a Minotaur on the field, there are always some great possibilities.
Look at this build. What is Zorn doing? He wants to abuse some of the new mechanics, new items even. The brand new Cho feels good, but that Thunder Belt, oh my. And so early on as well. He's going to be stacking up so early.
Stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks.
When does
you get the passive stacks?
Oh.
You get the item stacks.
Yes.
He's throwing bans in the land of Dawn.
I mean, let's see how long he's going to be flexing for the time being, right? Because a couple of kicks have gone well. He still technically made that mistake up on the dive on top side. It might just happen again. It's still a close game, 3-4.
Most definitely, and HomeBois at least holding a bit of a lead here, 2,000 gold. But as long as it stays under 3K, Twisted Mind still has a lot of possibilities, I feel like. HomeBois, oh, Zorn gets away the back and kicks him to the wall, though. Sano with the entropy, able to pop back. Get a couple more pokes off onto Zorn. Back of the purple buff. Udo and Sepat still looking for purple buff, still looking for something to steal. It might be time for HomeBois to maybe back off a little bit. So maybe stop trying to invade as much. Twisted Minds are starting to hit a little bit of a spike. We're seeing more damage come from Cuffin. We're seeing more damage come from Hoda and the rest of the team.
I think instead of backing off, they need a pressure. They need to have a bigger pressure point on some of the members of Twisted Minds, right? We're definitely looking at people who have lost their battle spell, specifically Sano here. So I think that HomeBois, they're just waiting for Sano to show up on the map and then continue to gain space and hold it against him.
All right, taking a look back at these items, I want to take a look at the gold laners, Sano and Nets. Not too far apart. Nets has gotten almost to the Trinity build, almost got all 3 of those things locked in. Taking a look at Sano, we got the Sarlium Scythe, we have the Feather of Heaven. I mean, he's sitting pretty close. Now, what time do we think that Sano really starts popping off? A lot of people consider the Natan a late game hero. Is 3 items enough, or will he need 4 more?
Well, I would like to say that 3 items would have been enough, but hold on.
Ooh, blazing duet on the Sanji. Sanji goes down. Oodle finds the feathered airstrike the longest distance. And now Zorn putting pressure as well. They're trying to sandwich Twisted Minds down to this mid lane. HomeBois break through these towers. Nothing but 1 tier 2 in the mid left, and then it's nothing but inhibitors after that.
Ooh, the heavy artillery support from Udil to secure kills rather than pepper them down just shows the versatility of Farsa in the current meta state. Now, I will say, coming back to the topic of scaling, I think that Sano, Holy Crystal would have been the breaking point for them. But considering the lead that the HomeBois have generated, specifically around Chibi, he can basically one-shot him, right? So I think that Sano, he's still going to need that Blood Wings if he wants to protect himself.
Here's the thing, and even once the Roger starts to scale down just a little bit, if it gets to late game, they still have Nets, they still have Voodoo, they still have these powerhouse heroes in the Land of Dawn right now to just dominate. Looking at Oodle, we just got the Glowing Wand in, we got the Blood Wings. He's feeling good about himself. I think, what's the saving grace for Twisted Minds here? It feels like Hoda hasn't really been able to do much. Cuffin has gotten a couple kills on his belt, but we really need Sano to like get online here at some point.
Well, I mean, that's the problem with these late game scaling types of heroes. You just need gold. And unfortunately, HomeBois have particularly been taking out these turrets. And even with the Lord secured, right, there's even less opportunities to walk up and take extra economy.
Oh, bad kick. Oda, well, good kick for HomeBois. Oda goes down. Oodle also taking a tower on the mid side. Lord going to connect onto this top inhibitor. Zorn looking for the knockup, being aggressive. Brought down to about half health. Down comes a feathered airstrike. Sano takes about half a health of damage. Twisted Minds now still on the back foot. Conceal play comes out. Zorn, as usual, with the toss, holding it. I mean, he's just searching for, he wants to. He's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Just make a mess up. And this is what HomeBois does so good. They want to try to bait you out just a little bit.
I'm telling you, Twisted Minds and HomeBois are so much more similar than people would like to imagine. Both of them, the technically, quote-unquote, villains of their arcs, but mainly, they're just the baddest of boys.
It's the baddest of boys. But today, there can only be one. Who's the baddest? As we close into the 11-minute mark, some final looks at these items.
Goodness.
Anything really coming out to you?
I mean, I'm looking at Chibi, and now he's 3K ahead. Previously, we were looking like, what, 5 minutes ago? He was only like 1K ahead. Not that big of a deal, as long as he doesn't snowball out of control. And I think we could safely say he is out of control. He's got 4 items already completed. And let's not forget the difference here between Suppot as well as Sanji. With the extra item from Suppot, he's more reliable in these engages, but he also has to respect that he doesn't have an escape mechanic, right? Oh,
here we go.
Boys.
Toss. That's a T.
Yeah, that's the T. Yep,
T for the toss.
You saw it. And don't forget, from the HomeBois POV, it's reversed. So it's correct to them for us. Hey, man, you get what you get.
I like it. HomeBois always bringing some entertainment to the Land of Dawn. Twisted Minds, though. They're down right now. It's getting tougher and tougher and tougher. I said it earlier that as long as they can keep the gold lead under 3K, they have a chance. But now we're looking at a 8K gold lead almost, 7.5K gold lead for HomeBois. Twisted Minds unable to eat right now. I mean, they've been getting no buffs. The lanes are getting frozen. They're losing camps, no objectives. It is just getting worse and worse. Twisted Minds are being oppressed by the HomeBois.
It's pretty difficult to watch, right? Especially if you are a MENA region fan. And I think that the HomeBois are doing a really good job with these cross-map plays. Hey, throw a punch here, but really you're taking away towers and resources on the opposite side of the map. And they've consistently done this for the past 6 minutes, all because of a simple 2K lead. I think at this point, Twisted Minds really just have to hunker down, hit 42K, and that's when we're going to see them really pop off here. Because unfortunately for their composition, they're not good at holding space. They're good at taking it.
Yeah, but they're a long way away from 42K. And then even then, HomeBois will be at around 50 probably, maybe more, who knows. I think a lot of things are going to come down to, we saw the one time they got a great fight was when Troll got the big Minoan's Fury, right? When he was able to catch them off guard. And that's a huge win condition for them. Buy themselves some time, combo up some CC. So we need Troll to go Troll. We need Troll to bring out the hammer, bring out the mallet, and slam on that ground, make something happen. Because if he doesn't, HomeBois just have free roam.
Hey, man, he's not the only person that Twisted Minds need to...
Oh, big kick! Sanji gonna get pulled back to the team. Zorn does go down though, taking a lot of damage. We're starting to see Hoda pop off. Chibi able to find Sanji. Look at Sano entroping back into the base, into the fountain. Trying to get some help, trying to play the distance, but it's not enough. HomeBois take game number 1.
And I was literally about to say that Sanji was the one who needed to lay down the hammer, and instantly Zorn, with the longest home run kick I've seen in a while, 2 screens away, closes out that game with a sick engage.
Very well played by HomeBois. I mean, just cleanly showing who's the batter boy.
He's Will Smith in this movie right now. And so far, hopefully, we do see Twisted Minds adjust for game number 2. They really need these points.
Most definitely, I love it. I mean, I got to see if Twisted Minds can come back, and I don't, like we said, we liked both drafts. I think it's just execution at this point for Twisted Minds. They need to find a way to deal with the aggressiveness of HomeBois and get them out of their face.
Honestly, we saw a slightly different game from some of the other groups we saw in the groups in wildcards, right? Now it's not just about tempo, but at the same time, they have to make sure they control their opponents and tempo them out and scale faster. With that being said, let's throw it over to our panelist, LaFell. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Gideon. Now, I need your help, Gideon, so I hope you're hearing right now. Let Trex know it's Udil, not Udil.
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 Udil. And now we're looking at the game here, and I gotta say, very fast movements coming in from HomeBois, where they made sure that the tempo never stops. They made sure that Twisted Minds didn't have time to catch their breath.
Yeah, it's very difficult for Twisted Minds to deal with it because of the tempo that HomeBois was playing in, especially with this Cho.
4 out of 5.
That Zorn was very comfortable with. You see this kick, there wasn't even a much better kick from the bottom lane when we saw that they were able to finally shut down Hoda. But the fact that they have taken space, I think the real estate control here coming out from HomeBois is also, you know, too much for Twisted Minds to handle.
Yeah, even before the 5-minute mark, they were starting to threaten Hoda's purple buff, and that allowed for the kill score to be very stagnant.
Yeah.
Especially for an aggressive team like HomeBois and Twisted Minds. Both of these teams like to fight, but for a good 4 or 5 minutes, not much was happening, but that was the HomeBois' advantage.
We gotta talk about Zorn using the Thunderbelt first item.
Yeah,
It was only
love it.
13 stacks. Do you think 13 stacks is like still good enough? That's basically 13 hybrid defense.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Where are you gonna pick that up?
Yep. That's like always tenacity, even when you're not down a specific amount of HP. And yeah, it's pretty significant, I think, especially because you also have that slow that goes with it. You're very confident if you're the Cho. Very hard to take down. It's like I think the 14 hybrid defense is essentially minus 7%-ish or 8% damage dealt, which is significant.
You stack that up with only fast, and he's always cocked and loaded. He's a one-man kill squad.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Cho, like, the Zorn using the Cho, it almost doesn't matter the items that he uses because, again, look at the way that he plays. He's really trying to bait out a lot of skills.
Yeah.
He's like, I got 10 million dashes, man.
To be fair, Zorn has been playing Cho for the better part of half a decade.
Yep.
Yeah.
6 or 7 years now he's been playing Cho.
He's been playing since season 1.
Yep.
Even before.
Yeah.
So he's so comfortable with this. I'm watching him do nothing, but just the same, he's threatening a kill on most of the members of Twisted Minds. That's how scary, dangerous
Yeah.
Zorn's Cho is.
Especially now that there's a lot of changes with the Cho. I think it's generally a buff, especially with the fact that you can, your Shunpo is, or your the Jit, Kun, and the Do actually reaches a lot of space now. And this is the... I wonder why you're not happy when HomeBois is winning like this.
No. Here's the thing. Whenever he makes a pun, say the Udil pun again.
It's very hard to deal with.
Look at me. I roll my eyes back so far, it went to my ear.
It's 4 out of 5 though. It's a pretty solid one.
It's a pretty solid one. Yeah.
Why do you feel so sorry about it?
I have a love-hate relationship with Wolf. I mean,
Yeah.
the thing is, now we got to talk about the storyline here. Twisted Minds, they need to win the next game.
Obviously.
No doubt.
Because if they lose the next game against HomeBois, they're eliminated. Because again, we got to talk about this. HomeBois wins 2-0, knockout stage, good for them. But for Twisted Minds, losing 0-2, that's the end of their journey.
Yeah. I kind of get the idea why they went in for the Nolan plus the Nathan. I still feel that this combo requires a lot of time, a lot of farming. And if you're going to be playing up against a team like HomeBois who kind of just control the tempo, this is like Minotaur, Nathan, Nolan. Obviously, in the latter portions of the game, that's really, really strong. But in the early stages, it's hard to keep up. You're always just like following and reacting to where Zorn will be. Unfortunately, that's not the way that you have to play against HomeBois. You have to match the tempo.
Yeah, here and now is what matters in that matchup. Because again, you're two aggressive teams, and I don't know how Coach Nobody and the rest of HomeBois were able to force Twisted Minds into the defensive position. They straight up went up.
Yeah.
I feel like they just understand how Zorn plays. Zorn is the one, like, usually we talk about mid trios. Zorn's like, I'm a mid solo, man. Like, I can solo mid all of these guys. And I feel like that's a special secret that HomeBois has that gives a lot of space to Chibi, because we got to talk about Chibi. His farming rate is insane.
Yep.
He was farming heroes.
Farming heroes,
exactly.
farming buffs, farming jungles, farming minions, farming turrets. He's getting everything.
Yeah, I think this is the strength of the Roger when you're left to win in the jungle role. If you're not able to contest it, which is, by the way, very difficult, you're left in a spot where you have two cores that you have to think about. Like the Claude as well as the Roger deals a lot of damage, but in the early stages, if you get into Sky Piercer range earlier on in the jungle Roger, it's very hard to contain.
Like every single time, once you have that Sky Piercer, it's like a battle within. Battle within. Battle within! Soul Vessel Series skins is out. Amon, Vessel of Deceit, and Hanabi, Vessel of Rage are slated for a stunning reveal. So make sure you guys grab the skin right now. Not even gonna delay. Get it right now because it's juicing. Juicing is also the new mage hero that has arrived with her exclusive pack. Get the hero and her ethereal Serenity skin during the launch week, which is right now for 469 diamonds. And if you guys buy it with battle points, it's only 51 diamonds to get the skin. So get it now.
Yeah.
And
If you wait, then it's gonna get too long. And we gotta talk more because right now we gotta look at the Sony MVP of the game, and I believe it's Zorn. It has to be Zorn.
And here you are rolling your eyes at Wolves who deal with it. But no doubt, it's gotta be Zorn, right?
No, it's gotta be like
Look at
got
that.
the kick very early on as soon as they were able to get the turtle, and then the flicker Jeet Kundo was so perfect coming up from Zorn. He's gonna have another one here, the bottom lane.
I like this one.
Yep, Hoda shows himself.
It was a good kick.
Very good kick, in fact. And it was the flicker Jeet Kundo, or flicker Do, because it's just that.
Shout out to Merku and Naisu as well. They just arrived. But either way, looking at how, like, there's a lot of highlight plays, but I feel like the more important parts are the one that's not highlighted, because having one person slowing an entire team down, like put that into perspective. You trade 1 for 5. His roamer, he has 9 KDA. 9 KDA as a roamer.
More impressive than the 9 KDA is the 90% kill participation, right? We were talking about how Chibi was farming heroes. You know who his assistant was? It was Zorn.
It was Zorn, man.
And the fact that they are playing Odil's, one of Odil's
Signature heroes. Yeah.
With the Farsa. Imagine getting both Farsa and Cho 2024 with Odil and Zorn. And, you definitely know what the result will be.
Something else to note, his emblem set. He was rocking Wilderness Blessing.
With a thrill.
And Thrill, that just shows that he means business.
Yep.
He needs that little bit of extra damage to just finish the job.
I mean, he got some true damage coming in from the Thunderbell, though. So Thunderbell first item for the Cho. Might be the new meta. Zorn showing here at MSC. And according to our analysts, 13 stacks is more than enough.
I think, yeah.
At 13 minutes,
At 13 minutes,
that's
a lot.
I mean, he was really using his whole kit to just really, get the steps in. And again, every 4 seconds, you get that in and you hit a hero. Pow, that's an extra 1 hybrid defense.
Yeah, that's right. Which is, like I said, it's very important for fighters, most importantly, because you have a lot of life skills. And especially because you're applying the vision for your team.
That's a stack. See?
Yep.
Now we got to talk about a story here, because we got to remember, Twisted Mind said in their own region, Mena is just a necessary step towards MSC. Now, I don't know about you guys, but was that a humbling experience?
That was a wake-up call.
That was a wake-up call.
That was a reality check. Served up in MYR.
You know what? Here's the thing.
Yes.
That's you guys' opinion. Now I gotta ask our casters. Let's actually hear from Trex as well as Gideon. What do you guys think of game number 1 so far?
That's what we think about it. It feels like a hydraulic press taking away our identities personally.
Yeah.
Just raw pain. Just raw pain.
Are they still talking about the game?
Yes.
It looks like they're dealing with something else.
Yeah, that's the wolf face.
That's the wolf.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone just does the wolf face. So there you go. Those are our casters in case you guys want to know how they look like. They look like they're having wolf's face while they're casting the game. So talking about that, game number 2. What adjustment has to be made? Do you have to respect the Cho?
Absolutely. You have to respect the Cho and the Farsa.
You know what you look like? You
What?
look like Nemesis from Resident Evil 3.
Yeah, I'd take that.
No, you're talking about the show.
We're having fun
Busted.
here, guys. But either ways,
You know.
going to game number 2 again, original question. Did they got to change it up? Because like
Yep.
you guys said, Nathan, Nolan, maybe too much of the late game.
If they wanted to do that late game composition, it always has to match what the mid duo will be. For example, the Valentina plus the Minotaur, although that is a strong mid lane, like when it comes to like securing their own lane, it's not as fast as the Cho plus a Farsa, right? So if they want to give up the Cho plus the Farsa, maybe they should pick a marksman that is not that dependent, or Nathan is like the extreme when it comes to
I think we have to put into perspective. So Nathan is a 3-item hero as well. The difference is between him and like a Claude is that the items on a Nathan is much more expensive, man. That Holy Crystal, 3,000.
Exactly.
And the clock can protect itself.
And the clock
more reliably.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's one of the things that they have to change up. At the same time, Nathan as well as Nolan altogether, they're very greedy. They need to take up a lot of space because Nolan, if you play it correctly, of course you're gonna get kills in the early stages, but then it's difficult to pull off. You need a lot of items for that.
Yeah, just to paint you a picture, Nate and Nolan, those are 2 time travelers.
Yeah.
Multiversal explorers. You have an absentee core for the first 10 minutes.
Nolan even let... Can I say it? You know, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it. But now we're starting into the second game of this match. HomeBois still banning out a Fanny and still banning out that Louis despite being the first pick. So we're just not feeling Louis for now.
What are the odds of a chip for Cho trade?
Dude.
Super Cho.
You thought about that?
Dude, don't let the chip go.
But it's likely, right? Whoa, you let the Cho through first?
Dude, trust me. I've been watching a lot of MPL Malaysia games.
It's worse. It's worse than the Cho.
2,000% worse.
2,000% worse.
Him on the chip.
That's
Exponential.
exponential.
Unless Zorn hasn't practiced the chip for a while, but I quote from Zorn. He said, Munton designed this hero specifically for me.
Hey,
All the more I want to see it.
he has more than one recall button. He has multiple.
Yeah.
Yeah. All the more I want to see it. But I guess the only thing might make sense if the chip was let through is if HomeBois picks it up, it's Valentina plus Arlet. That is going to be the pickup for Twisted Minds. But then there's a lot of combos with the chip. Chip Lunox, I don't know if you've seen that, but that's disgustingly strong.
Oh yeah, you come out right out of the portal in your ult.
Exactly.
What about Chip and Mincitar? Nats has shown the Mincitar. That might be crazy, but crazy enough to work.
Hey, but we still need to see the chip first.
Yeah.
True.
Wow.
Oh,
It's
nope,
bad.
never mind.
It's bad.
Coach Lyrics puts the cap on it. Nuh-uh.
So this is Roger, right, for HomeBois. Good flex pick. Can be played in the gold. Can be played in the jungle.
Put it on Chibs.
Chip's bad.
No, Chibi.
Oh,
Chibi.
Chibi.
Put it on Chibi.
Chips.
We're close like that.
Roger. Oh, yeah. Good friend.
So you answer with Valentina in this case. Maybe get the Edith immediately if you are
Edith got banned.
the Mines.
Get it banned.
Oh yeah, so that's Valentina. Get the Moskov immediately because I think the reason why they were forced to get the Nathan before was because they didn't have a valid marksman to match the Roger. So Valentina Moskov looks good.
I like that. I think Sano's got it up his pocket.
Or Arlet.
No, I mean, like, if they pick up the Moskov, then what's going to happen next for HomeBois? Farsa Cho again.
Yeah,
Farsa Cho.
Immediately.
So did they deny the Cho now?
Maybe you deny the Cho now.
Cho can do it. I think Cho can do it.
Yep. At this point, every roamer should know how to play the Cho.
I love it. Cho's back.
Yep.
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Maybe a bit early, though, no?
Yeah, too early for my
Playing on
taste.
comfort.
Yeah, they're playing on comfort for sure. I mean, like, you're
Yeah, Cho Farsa all the way.
They don't pick
Claude.
up the Farsa, they pick up the Claude. They prioritize Net's hero first. Maybe it was like, dude, look at my hero pool, man. Dude, does it look like I care?
If this is the Claude, then you're still
Maybe
gonna
he wants
pick up the
Vexana.
Terizla.
Maybe he wants the Vexana.
Maybe.
I mean, between the Farsa and the Vexana, well, Twisted Mind can ban both.
Yeah.
From there, where do you go? What do you pick up next? What's the next closest thing to help Soren's Cho?
I guess Novaria
Aurora.
is there. Aurora is okay if there are assassins. You have that Nana as well that we talked about.
Yeah,
earlier.
Nana as well.
Good wave clear. Minotaur
Haven't
hates
seen
that
Nana ever
hero.
since the changes. Less damage, more control. Haven't seen it a lot for now.
They're forced with a Terizla, but maybe you go Paquito. But yeah, okay, the Arlet, as we did say earlier on. But now this will be an EXP lane Arlet, which is there's a lot of answers to that. You can pick up the Terizla if you're on the side of
HomeBois.
HomeBois, or maybe you can pick up the Bats even. X-Borg is an option, but then with the presence of the Valentina, you may reconsider that.
I would say Sapat doesn't use the X-Borg as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Terizla,
you ban
Terizla.
Farside Vexana for sure if you're Twisted Minds.
But what about banning the Terizla? Even though Valentina can pick it up, but you know, let the Arlet have an easier time.
Sure, but well, there
Yeah,
it is. That
Terizla
Terizla.
ban.
But you never want to let go of the Farsa. I think it's just, as I say, and this I got this word from Mr. Mao. It's criminal to give the Farsa now.
A lot of people tell you it's criminal, huh? This, we got to talk, Wolf. Don't know what the kind of conversation.
Sounds like a legislative issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's Mr. Mao that I'm talking to, so
Makes sense.
yeah.
Here they say the Amon ban, and then they cover up the Vexana. So that leaves the Aurora and the Farsa and the Nana. Again, the cleanest solution. Just pick up the Farsa again.
And the Moskov gets
Oh,
banned again.
no.
And
So yeah,
That's a
I
problem.
actually agree. I feel like Twisted Mind, if they pick up the Moskov earlier,
yeah.
they wouldn't have a problem. Because even if the Arlet gets banned out, you still have quite a few EXP laners open.
Exactly. And this Minotaur as well, I don't think that this is the only solution. You can pick up the Grok, or there's just a lot of alternatives for the roamer. I'm gonna be honest, this is difficult for Twisted Minds to draft into. What else do you pick? Maybe
Crazy enough, a carry
carry against
instead of a
well,
Nathan.
yeah.
You go-
3 items that's fast.
Yeah. and then
Matrix.
You go carry, purify. Like you just have to purify.
Nathan again.
Nathan again.
So-
Oh man, this is
Okay.
Farsa territory.
I mean, like, think
But
about this.
it's-
Think about this. Maybe they think it's not a draft issue. It's just execution, guys.
maybe.
Right?
But then you're gonna be facing what? Yuzong Farsa or Lapu Farsa. If you're the Nathan, that's so difficult to deal with.
Well, the Farsa, we know that one's coming.
Wow, I can't believe Yu Zhong came through.
Yeah.
What if they pick up something like a Paquito?
Or maybe just the Barret so that you don't.
Even that's bad. There's so many natural predators out there
Yeah.
to catch the Nathan.
This the last pick has to shit. This should not be Nolan at this point. But
No, that would be
But what else is good? If
that
you
would be
want-
insanity.
If you want early game, you pick up something like a
Julian.
box. Oh, Ruby was not in
Ruby's
my
great.
books,
Ruby's
though.
great. Ruby's amazing. Can duel versus the Arlet. Reset bottom as well. So what do you pair up with the Valentina Arlet Minotaur so that you'll be faster?
Right.
Maybe a Julian actually.
JJ.
Jungle Julian?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, don't we usually see Valentina Arlet with a Fredrin? Like, what if they want to go utility?
That's also
I do agree with the Julian, but still, I'm saying
Yeah.
utility junglers might be the one here.
They can go all in for protect one.
yeah,
Yeah.
Baxia, Fredrin.
Or get the Gushan?
Wait,
What is
I
the
think the
last-
draft is done.
Yeah. I wonder what the last pick was.
We'll
Well,
see it.
I wonder what the last pick as well, but it looks like our draft has been completed. And with that, when the draft is completed, before I throw it over, Gideon, make sure Trek says it right. And now I'm passing back over to the casters.
Chibi.
He's got it right. We've been practicing, going back and forth. He did it all by himself, brother man. But let's get into this game. That last pick, you guys will be surprised. We have a bit of a sneak peek, but honestly, let's let the Land of Dawn do the talking for us.
I'm excited for it. You know, we got Chibi, we got Udil, Udil, Big Deal Udil,
Big deal, Udil.
Big Deal Udil, going new deals.
We'll see whether he's going to be cooking this time around. Because honestly, last game he was doing a phenomenal job at staying alive and trading resources against their opponents on Twisted Minds. But for now, as we get into this game, this could be it. HomeBois have an opportunity to make it into the playoffs if they can just beat Twisted Minds.
All right, so Twisted Minds essentially bring a very similar draft, but the big difference here is that jungle. It is the Leo Mord. Instead of Hoda on a more assassiny jungle, we pick up a fighter. How do you feel about it, Gideon?
Honestly, this is a bit of a repeat of the previous game, but now they have a more, well, I would say they have multiple tools to cancel out that feathered airstrike, right? As long as you displace the Farsa, she's going to get out of her ult for some reason.
All you gotta do is just move her a little bit, a couple of centimeters to the left.
And she's like,
ult's
no,
over.
no,
She's like,
no.
spell's broken. You have to be able to concentrate. Yeah, you lose focus.
Exactly.
You know how it goes.
Of course. Magic using myself, man. A degree in Hogwarts, they say. But for now, as we see the aggression coming up from that mid side, hopefully they're able to spill that lead after the second minute. Again, both of these teams pretty ult-dependent.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely ult dependent. I'm really excited to see how Chibi goes against the Leomord. He might not be able to be as aggressive as he was before. Chibi might not be able to be as aggressive as he was before. He's not going to be able to maybe invade as much, because once Leomord hits this level 4, it's going to be a dangerous jungle to enter in on. So HomeBois maybe have to approach this game a little bit different. Even Zorn already having trouble, trying to get in their faces. There's a couple more threats this time than last time.
Hey man, old Zorn would have came from the red side direction rather than just face checking the traditional tri-brush here. But overall, I think you're totally right. Hoda on this Leomord is really, really dangerous, right? If you get low, you're very much in danger of Hoda executing you. And this is even before they actually get the Sky Piercer. With Warcry, which is really easy to proc on the Leomord, by the way, as soon as he's on top of you, count the squishy members of HomeBois. There's 3. There's 3 of them, inclusive of their jungler.
That looks tasty. It looks masarap to Leomord, as the PH would say. The Filipinos. Now Sanji though taking a little bit of damage, gonna get knocked up. Sanji will go down. Zorn able to get the kill. Hoda brings out the Steed, gets some more damage on Zorn. Nothing too major though. Turtle still up. Twisted Minds maybe still want to fight for this. Company able to get the I'm offended. Bring it back with the IMU, but big kick on Hoda, and Hoda down Udel. Able to take the kill, and now Twisted Minds on the run. Maybe staying too long. Cupping down low. Spot able to get another kill. Cupping down. Troll next on the chopping block, and Sepbot doesn't want to let him go. Troll finally gonna escape.
Oh my goodness, the motivational roar of a lifetime just to save his life. Man, Zorn is really benefiting off of these new changes to Cho. It's been a while since I've seen him on this Cho, but look at the way that he's playing, right? Even at a health deficit, same level, same item, same gold, they outplay the situation micro-wise, pixel perfect.
It's, it's the extra damage now that we get with the revamped Cho. Not to mention Ruby. It's surprising how much damage Ruby does now in the early game and everything. And even towards mid to late, if you put a couple damage items on there, she is chunking people down. And it just holds everyone enough still. The CC, the combos, HomeBois starting off very strong.
Yeah, I mean, Ruby is pretty unkillable as long as there's a wave in front of you, right? Multiple targets to proc to get the raw sustain. But let's look at the player head-to-head, because so far, Zorn has been doing well. But what about Troll? Wait, hold on the kick once again.
What about Troll? What about Troll? Gonna go down. Udil 2-0-1.
Was that me? Did I cast the curses?
Yes.
Was this the production who put it up? I didn't know. Who do we blame for this?
You.
I can't deal with it right now. Because Troll, he is in a very vital position for his team. He needs to be able to slow down the HomeBois when they find the full engage.
Sano takes a little bit of damage. Hoda brings out the Steed, but still gets locked up. Unable to do a whole lot. Zorn able to almost get the outplay. Troll finds a kill. Twisted Minds finally putting something in the books there. Able to defend the tower. HomeBois backs off.
I'm surprised Hoda didn't get that kill, considering how low Zorn was. The CC chain was still going, but by the time he manages to get out of the CC, it's already too late. Zorn made some distance, and Troll picks up the kill. They got to be fast about this, right? Because right now, both of these teams are struggling to maintain the tempo.
I mean, Ruby thrives off going up against, those fighter junglers, thrives off going up against heroes that want to get in their face, and it's going to be the big problem for Hoda here, trying to dance around Sepbot here, trying to make it so when he comes in, he's even able to pop off his skills, and you add that up together with the G-Kundo from Zorn, just the amounts of CC. If Hoda doesn't find the right angles, he's not going to be able to do anything. And there goes the big way of the dragon onto Sanji. Sanji brought back into the feathered airstrike. Sanji goes down. Udel able to put another kill on the book, making a double. Hoda now just trying to run away on the horse, but still falls. Sepbot able to get a kill. It's 3-0. HomeBois popping off.
Yeah, Hoda, he needs way more items to be relevant in this game. He's highly dependent on his team. Let's look at the replay one more time, because Sanji gets absolutely absolutely blasted here, but manages to get the final slash down. And that was important for Twisted Minds. I think a lot more people would have died had he not done that. But for now, it's how do you slow down this snowball that's slowly becoming into an avalanche, right? And I think that Twisted Minds, they have to dedicate their resources to one lane. They cannot spread out anymore.
And I mean, I think that lane just has to be Sano. Zorn goes down, Sano able to get a kill, speaking of the man himself. Because, I mean, look at Hoda. His scaling opportunities are essentially gone. He's 0-2-1, and this is an early game hero. This is a hero that you want to be 2-0-1 in the beginning. This is a hero that you want to try to snowball on. So now, it hurts for Twisted Minds. My brain just can't handle it.
Yeah, man. Just more brain damage, more brain trauma. Stop it.
Brain rot.
Brain rot. I mean, it's getting to that skibbity level of gameplay because right now the HomeBois completely disrespecting the space, diving them between two towers. Not even, you know what? We'll take our time at tier 1.
Another one. Way of the Dragon. Sanji in trouble, brought down. He's going to try to dash through. He's going to try to get away, but TB gets the kill.
Twisted Minds, they got to get their timings together, and HomeBois just kicking them at the heels, putting them off Keter.
Literally kicking them at the heels with this Cho right now. Kicking them with their heels, at their Twisted Minds. Zorn just playing mind games.
It's tough, right? And especially with those TPs again and again and again, just at the edge of Fog of War, Twisted Minds hopefully doesn't get to them right now.
Imagine you just see Zorn's face coming in and out of Fog of War, right? Just like peekaboo. Hello.
It's just hi.
Hoda goes down. Udil with another kill. 6-0 in 4. Can I say it now? Udil going noodles.
Yep. I think it's well deserved on this one, right? He's level 9, and for some reason, he just keeps on cooking, right? He's getting better over time, and he's scaling faster than I would like. 6-0 in 4, by the way.
Most definitely. Twisted Minds, is there an answer here? I think we both said it. All they can do is try to put all their gold into Sano, but that is a long time homecoming for him. We're only 7.5 minutes in right now.
That's the thing, right? Because HomeBois, they're playing guerrilla tactics here, right? They're sending 2 people at a time to start the initiation and then follow it up with the next 2 people in the back. Somebody can be expendable. Oh, hold on.
Ooh, Chippy does get turtle, but it's going to pay for Setbot. Twisted Minds catch one off in the top side. You mentioned the guerrilla warfare, and yes, HomeBois are doing that. I mean, just all over the place. Find a member. Twisted Minds, maybe they take advantage of it like they just did up there. Maybe they kind of group together more 3 or 4 members at a time and let HomeBois try to just send 2 in.
Exactly, right? They need to be able to pounce straight away. They need to be able to hold their ground. They want HomeBois to come to them and not the other way around. And that's why they need hold on.
Hoda gets knocked up. No One's Fury hits nothing. Chibi gonna dance back in. Chibi gets knocked up, pulled back under the tower, but should be able to get away. Sano taken out for the Blazing Duet. Sanji will be next. Nothing but nets right now. Able to be MI back. HomeBois just, they're, I mean, Chibi one side, Sano on the other side. I mean, everyone just all over the place. HomeBois given no space to breathe. Look at Setbot.
Look at the disrespect. He's like, you caught me once, try it one more time. Do it now. Do it now, and Sanji ain't there. If they get in, oh man, they were so close to cracking open an inhibitor. But honestly, that was Twisted Minds' best chance at actually getting a huge shutdown, right? What happened there between Cuffin and the rest of the team? Because Cuffin finds the I'm Offended on towards Chibi, pulls him underneath the turret, but the team were moving forward? Why move forward in that situation?
It's tough. It's very... Just, I mean, miscomms, everyone kind of playing their own thing. The ideas are there. They're getting some of these catch-offs. They're landing their ultimates. They're landing some of their skills. But the follow-up, the movement between each other, everything just seems a little bit off. And the way that HomeBois plays with the 1-by-1, it's really working in their favor.
Yeah, they're playing extremely independently now. And with a 10K gold lead on top of it, they're setting up for checkmate angle, right? It's 13-3. Unless Twisted Minds... Wait, actually, do they have an opportunity? Maybe. Okay, so imagine this. The Lord's going to be pushing over. I'm pretty sure that the HomeBois, especially Udil, is going to try and make something happen. With that in mind, I think that Twisted Minds could, when their battle spells come up, depend on Sanji to get the final slash to save the game.
Yeah, we saw him earlier able to get the displacement. Because they're playing, because HomeBois are playing so separate, you could definitely catch one member off. But Sanji has to hit that final slash. There are some boxes to check to even win a fight. We're not even talking about game, just to win a fight and defend.
Exactly, right? Ideally, Hoda might have to hold his ult until when Udil drops his Feathered Airstrike, right? If he drops it, at least with the Steed, you're able to cancel it out, and maybe you have an opportunity to fight without the Motar fire.
It's a great point because Hoda has almost always been the first one to use a skill.
Exactly.
And I think he needs to be a bit more, let everything happen, let a couple ults go off, and then come in after to try to reap. But he's kind of being forced to use the skill, right? Zorn's just so in their face, he uses it as almost an escape route.
Yeah, no, that's why. Zorn is instigating war on purpose, right? Between this Cold War of HomeBois and Twisted Minds, Zorn is just there sprinkling in, instigating it, getting between
keeping it
the
hot.
packs, right? Yeah.
It's no longer a Cold War. This is all out, brutal, legendary warfare, and HomeBois are at the front line. Just they're in the trenches right now. You know, they're popping out of little holes. It's guerrilla warfare, like you said.
Yeah, I mean,
Got
they're
the
hiding in
ghillie
the
suits on.
trees. You don't know where they're coming from, man. You don't know. If Zorn is going to do another home run kick, let's see it right here.
Sapat, though, home down the front side. Lord able to break through that mid inhibitor. Chibi, Nets on the top side as well. Another inhibitor goes down. Lord finally connected. Control pulled back to his own annihilation. Able to get a final Minoan's Fury, but still not enough. Sapat will fall. Hoda up against Chibi. Chibi lets him go. Basanji's the next on the block. A big kick way. The Dragon taken out. Cuffin falls as well. It's 3 for 2 right now. HomeBois, can they finish? Hoda does have the Steed up. Should be able to clear the minions. HomeBois looking for an angle. They don't want to give it up. They know they have the advantage, and another wave coming, but the minions come out of Twisted Minds Crystal just in time.
Troll up in 6. They might be able to defend this. The next wave, they got Solar Minions.
Feathered airstrike.
Oh!
They don't lock down, but Chibi and Zorn stand the test of time. Troll back up, but they will be able to finish. HomeBois. Yeah, HomeBois with a 2-0.
2-0, and they move on to the playoffs. Finally, a Malaysian team making it out of groups. There's nothing more that I've wanted to see for a while, and this hopefully inspires them from their previous failures.